Good evening. I'm Lester Holtz. Nah, I'm kidding. What up, though? OG Kenny. O_G_Kenny at Retired from the Streets TV. Move this bag out the way. It's making noise. Welcome back to Retired from the Streets TV. So, being locked up, right? It's always a daunting situation because you missing your family, you missing everything that's normal about society. The free will to get up and go to the refrigerator at 2, 3 in the morning and get you a cold water. To be able to cut your tap water on whenever you want to be able to activate the microwave whenever you feel the need to go in there and flip you some bacon or some eggs and some toast around in the kitchen real quick. That's like a lot of, people take a lot of stuff for granted until they're incarcerated. Literally, you get stripped down from everything, butt naked, right? Spread them, cough, lift them up, let me see all that. Then they give you what they want you to have, right? So when you strip down and you basically, in essence, naked on all levels, only thing you can depend on really is your support system, if you have that, right? Your spiritual resolve, if you have that. So you get lonely a lot of times. You get lonely, and a lot of dudes, if they can't find what they want through their family, through a pen pal, through somebody who just really still rock with them, a female companion, a lot of them go the other way, which is sad, right? Because if you wasn't already on that, then why let prison turn you out? And a lot of them call it gay for the stay. But then on the flip side of that, you got dudes who like, hey, I'm a man, Damon. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna change how I look at women. I don't care how long I've been incarcerated, I'ma still love women. Ain't nothing about a man gonna ever be attractive to me. And that's dude's stance. That was my stance. A lot of dudes that I rocked with. I told you I knew 3 dudes, 3 of them, that were doing 30 years apiece. They had done 30 years apiece. 2 out of the 3 was solid. One of them, he messed with them. That was his thing. I ain't gonna name him because he was outside of that, he was a soldier. Old head, good dude, you know what I'm saying? A supporter for the brothers. So, whatever, people choose what they want to choose. Now, this story here funny as hell to me because I'm rotating the yard at Cotton. I'm in position. I'm the palace administrator, right? So that means I have dealings with a lot of other organizations. That means that they're higher ups, they're people that's in legislative, that's in position, that got a dignitary status. We sit down and talk usually. Either me, the spiritual advisor, or the first paladin, the one who's the head of security, who keep everything diplomatic and smooth on the yard. Ain't nobody swinging no swords, ain't nobody cutting nobody, ain't nobody bashing nobody's heads without first identifying who is in position. Well, most of the times anyway, if you part and parcel of an organization. But free dudes that's like loose cannons, that's renegades, is not a part of nobody organization, they pretty much kind of act out the way they want to. And even dudes that's part of organizations sometimes act out as well, right? So, dealing with all these organizations, I get cool with a lot of the heads. Now, Mobites, the Moorish Americans, have always been my dudes because the head Moorish American in Detroit is my dude. It's my big homie. You know what I mean? I watched him since I was a little kid, transition from just really like being in the streets to being a dude who's really spiritually grounded. He pass out tons of food, you know what I'm saying, a month, and he's a solid individual. So our relationship with the Moors have always been cemented. With that being said, I hope this brother don't mind, because I ain't gonna name him, but check this out. We talking about being lonely. We talking about that relationship that you missed from the street. And we talking about how dudes have to survive when they need some intimacy in prison, right? The only alternative usually is to knock a CO, a correction officer. And when I mean knock, I mean you got to put your game down and get it on your team. She done hopped in the whip, right? So, it's usually women, like you watch the headlines, you watch the news. You watch recently where, I forget, I want to say they both had the same last name. It was the dude, he escaped with the help of a CO chick, and they both went on a run. I think they both end up shot some dang way. I don't remember but the details, but you know what I'm saying. Dudes get under these women's ears, and it's usually when they're lonely housewives, they're insecure. You understand what I'm saying? They got lowered expectations, low self-esteem, A lot of time. I mean, you get some bad ones that get knocked. Don't get me wrong. Because you got some dudes who got some top-notch game up in that bad boy. But in this situation, this wasn't that type of chick. This CO that was getting knocked by my brother. He was the Grand Sheik at the time. So, you know, big five to all the Moors and much love. But check this story out, right? So the GS, the Grand Sheik, it's my brother, man. You know what I mean? Older than me by about 15 years, cocky, wasn't very tall. So I didn't want to give too many details in case people that was in that area around us at that time, they start like, hold on, putting two and two together. Because people that know what happened. So we have been seeing the little back and forth, little interactions, little kind of, you know, close conversations. But, you know, people mind their business because you kind of know the groove. Bro trying to get down. Now, the funny part about all this is that the height difference, the weight difference and all that. Now, I'm talking about a chick who looked like her daddy drive trucks. You hear me? Big back, talking about big back, big burly, rear back, kind of flat back, heavy chest, mean face, wasn't very pleasant looking, but was a sweetheart for real, had a real good heart and all that. So I ain't dissing her or nothing, I'm just painting a picture, you know what I mean? Extremely chocolate skin tone, right? And about probably 6'1", maybe 6. She was 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", up in there. Taller than me, bigger than me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the brother I'm talking about, shorter than 5'7". Let's just say that much, right? So now, anywho, look, my brother, man, my Atlantic brother was his bunkie. Now, the protocol is if you in there doing something private in your room, whether it's getting yourself together with a girly book or something, you put you a towel up over your sheet so it hangs over that little window that they give you to look out of. That way you got you some privacy, right? Now, this situation here, the brother didn't even do that. I guess he didn't have time. So the solar come, I'll be right back, bro. I gotta go in the unit, grab some stuff, and come back out. We're gonna kick it, right? So he come back out. About 5 minutes later, like, dog, guess what I just saw? Guess what I just saw, dog? I'm like, what? He like, dog, the brother on the top bunk with his legs over the back of old girl, over her back. She grabbing him like this, and she gobble. You get what I'm saying? So basically, imagine how dudes pick girls up out the pool, right? And have them over their shoulder, but they belly facing their face, so they got the hem they back. She got bro in one of them positions, getting them together. You hear what I'm saying? And listen, when he said it, I immediately picture who he was talking about, a picture of both of them. I'm like, dog, was she holding him up in the air, or was he just on the bunk? You understand what I'm saying? But he like, nah, bro. She's sitting on the bunk, but she got her arms around him, holding him. I'm like, and what he doing? He holding her head. I was weak. You hear me? I almost died. I'm like, dog, because you got to understand. This is like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger. And remember Danny DeVito had a height difference in that movie Twins? So it was like that. So I'm talking about crazy. Like Respucia and Norbert, if Norbert was 5'4" or 5'5" or some stuff, maybe even 5'3". I died laughing that day. This is one of the most hilarious experiences I ever had in prison. And then, now mind you, everybody didn't know about it. It was only a few key people that was around us when we was talking about it. You know what I mean? And we all started cracking jokes about it, right? So, now the brother, he took care of his business. He had to do what he had to do now. Now, you the Grand Sheik, you got a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, leading brothers in diplomatic affairs and as far as military affairs and just being, you know, stand-up dude. So I understand you got to do what you got to do to get yourself together. But just when I used to see him every now and then after that, just kicking it, you know, because it didn't get out there like that. It stayed clutch because everybody, you know, it's open players type time, so nation business, right? So when you standing on that business, you're like, we ain't running our mouth about nobody fair. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Hopefully we get down one day, right? So, oh my God, bro. I mean, y'all listen. Y'all would have had to see the people I'm talking about. Because this dude, a little short, and then she big. And I was just like pitching his little cocky self up there holding her head. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, man. I just had to share that with y'all, man. I apologize about that late load last night. I don't know what's been going on with my one of my this is my listen. Let me show you my laptop that I be working on when I got to. This little old thing here. Now I got my MacBook, but I got that boy getting service right now. So that's why I've been kind of just like throwing them out there to y'all, getting them together, trying to keep them as quality as possible. But the load up, I could have swore it was loaded. I'm out and about checking my YouTube Studio app to make sure it was loaded. Come back home, it wasn't even loaded. It was like at 60%. I'm like, what the? Anyway, apologize about that. Hope y'all enjoyed that story. If y'all haven't subscribed, please do so. OG Kenny, another one. I appreciate y'all. And next time, y'all be safe. And I love y'all. I'm out.